Hey guys, Jason at Hard Money Bankers and Hard Money Business, giving you permission to charge what you want and what you are worth on every one of your deals. After you create a pricing model, our model in our hard money lending business is 13% and 3 points. You got to stick with it. Stick with that model, no negotiation, and pick that model based on what you want. If you want to charge 16 and 6, go charge 16 and 6. If you want to charge less and make less money on deals, go charge less and less money on deals. We work hard for our deals and we want to make money on our deals. I'm not in the business model. I'm not in the business of doing every deal I can and making small margins on them. I want to make a good margin on every deal. But again, I want to be at a fair price point that the investors we lend money to can still make money, and at the same time I can get business from that. So 13 and 3 is our model, and it's a good way to make good money on that. So a few things. First, charge what you want and charge what you're worth. If you only want to deploy a little bit of money and do a few deals here and there, charge a lot for it. There's no reason to be the cheapest guy in town if you have a limited amount of money to deploy anyways. Be the most expensive guy in town or girl in town and make the most from it. I mean, do the math. Do the math on some of these deals. If you charge 13% and 3 points, that's 16% annualized, right? So for every $1 million that you deploy, you make $160,000, right? If that's your own money. And if it's not your own money and you're using investor capital, then you make about half of that. But regardless, use that for an example. Now lend out at like 9 and 1, and you make 10%. Then you're making $100,000 on that money, right? So you lose $60,000 because you're not lending out high enough. So that's the first part. Make sure you're charging what you want and what you're worth. There's no need to be the cheapest person in town. Hard money lending, private money lending is not a commodity. You're either the cheapest, or you need to be the most expensive. So think about that. No, but in reality, charge what you want and what you're worth on what you want to do. We're not in the business to do tons of deals and make really little rips. I want to make big rips on a good modest amount of deals. Okay, so that's the first part. Now, a quick story from a buddy of mine, this guy Carlos that I've known for a long time. Not really a buddy anymore, but I knew him back in the mortgage days years ago, 15 plus years ago, and he was one of the big producers in town. And I remember one thing he said to me that I'll never forget. And this was back when he was doing tons of refi booms in like 05, 06, and nobody charged points on mortgage loans, on residential homeowner loans, and whatever the rates were the rates. And I remember he was like, Jason, I started charging points to all my bars. We're like, you crazy? What do you mean you charge points? Nobody charges points. He's like, I had to give myself a raise. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He goes, I was doing so much business at such small margins, and yeah, I made a lot of money, but I was working my ass off. So I decided I wanted to charge a point on all my deals. And I was like, why? You're going to lose so much business? He was like, yeah, I'm going to lose business, but I'm still going to make a lot more money on the business that I have. So at the end of the day, yes, I'm going to be doing less deals, but I'm going to be making more margins and I'm making higher returns. And this was pre-Hard Money Bankers. And we started Hard Money Bankers 12, 13 years ago. And this is before that. He told me that. And then years afterwards, it finally hit me. I was like, you're right. Why just do tons and tons of deals with small margins? Why not do a less amount of deals or smaller amount of deals and make good margins and make more money on them? Again, if you can do one deal for the same amount of money that you're going to do 2 deals, of course you're only going to do 1 deal. It makes more sense. So think about that. Figure out what your business model is and charge what you want and charge what you're worth. And all of this works. All of this works if you have a marketing machine on the front end. If you need help with your marketing machine on the front end, so you have tons and tons of deals coming in, reach out to us directly at hardmoneybusiness.com, and we can help you with your marketing machine on the front end. Because if you have tons and tons of deals and you have a huge pipeline and you have lots of opportunities coming in, you can charge whatever you want. Okay? Until next time, reach out to us, hardmoneybusiness.com. Thanks.